Anyway, let's move on now to film review. Pardon me, number 2. Jason Mirror has been broken by that one.
Holy shit! Oh my god!
It is The Warrior. It is a 2011 American sports drama film directed by Gavin O'Connor and written by O'Connor, Cliff Dorfman, and Anthony Tambakis. It stars Tom Hardy and Joel Edgerton as two estranged brothers whose entrance into a mixed martial arts tournament makes them come to terms with their lives and each other, and Nick Nolte as their alcoholic father, who was nominated for Best Performance by an Actor in a Supporting Role.
Ooh,
Jennifer Morrison and Frank Grillo also star. Audiences really enjoy this film with an IMDb rating of 8.1, placing it at position 175 in IMDb's top 250 films.
Dude,
The
that's
Metascore,
not bad.
the Metascore from critics landed at 71. Gentlemen, take a stab at the Rotten Tomatoes.
Critics.
I'm gonna go with a solid 75.
Yeah, I'd probably split the
Jason's
difference between the
straight
other
down the
two
middle
scores.
Yep.
I'm probably going to say 77, 78.
83%.
Oh,
Certified fresh.
Totally.
Nice.
Price is right.
Price is right rules.
Well, that would mean I'm closer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I win.
Anyway,
Again.
the Dulcet Tones went first last time, so I'm going to throw it to the
Yeah.
era of Jason Mirror this time. The Warrior 2011, Jason. This was your first time watching it as well?
First time watching. This is a double
Double
threat.
first. Double
Yeah,
virginity
the
losing
1-2
Jason.
the 1-2 punch.
There you go.
Took me to the ground.
What did you think of
Pounded you.
the 2011 film Warrior?
Overall,
So-
I liked it. Like comparing the Oscar-nominated film that we were talking about just previously compared to this film, I really enjoyed this one, and I think it's probably because like it was a little bit more of a focused story, and yeah, like it started off a bit odd for me. I think it was a bit like, I don't know, it kind of just came. It felt like it started 30 minutes into the film already, if you know what I mean. It's like, I feel like there's 30 minutes of a film that I've just already missed, and that's
Right.
kind of like where it started there. But I guess that's kind of what they were going for. It's just like a moment in time of these people's lives, and this is where we're just inserted. Yeah, like I think going through the film, I think I had a clearer understanding of exactly what their goals were, or particularly one brother's goals, and the revelation of Tom Hardy's Tommy's goal.
Yeah,
to
Tom Hardy.
win the
Just
prize.
to jump in, Tom Hardy plays Tommy Conlon. We have Joel Edgerton as his older brother Brendan Conlon, and then Nick Nolte plays Paddy Conlon, their father.
Yeah. So yeah, Joel Edgerton's character, we know why from the offset, like through the introduction of his character, and then when he gets from up to training again in the MMA, why he needs that prize money, and then we eventually find out why Tom Hardy's character really wants that money. And I think knowing how and where they were training and getting from one to another and learn, I think this one for me was a bit more of a concise, easily digestible meal for me to understand why they went from point A to point B at the end of the story. And I think for me, it kind of, the movie was more of an incline to get to the climax, which is the big Spartan tournament, I should say. Whereas I think with the other one, like with the fighter, it was peaks and valleys of like, get to the fight, get to the character building moments, explosion, family dynamic, blah blah blah, so and so gets direct. Whereas this one's a bit more of a big, and then bam, punches flying, bodies slamming, and it was really, I think because these brothers were estranged, I think as an audience member, you're really excited to see them actually meet again at the tournament. So you're like looking for the whole time, just looking forward to it, going, oh man, can't see these guys like get face off together, and like, yeah. I felt like the story for me was a little bit more easily digestible and more, I think, had a better payoff for me. Tom Hardy's character, man, like when he's fighting, he's just like it's like an unleashed animal.
Yeah.
He's just like bam, and then like he just is not like it was in like it's scary.
He's
scary.
like feral, right? Like he's out of control, off the leash.
Ferocious.
Yeah.
And it goes to show the different fighting styles of the brothers. So Tom Hardy is just like he's gonna win the fight by KO, whereas Joel Edgerton's character Brendan is the more technical fighter and he's winning fights by submissions. I think it was once it got to that the actual tournament, it was like, okay, we've already spent this much time with the characters. We already know what we're going into. It's all or nothing at this point, and let the better brother begin. Let the better brother, better fighter win, I should say. But knowing as an audience member, seeing how the wife feels about, like Brendan's wife Tess feels about him going into fighting again, and seeing Nick Nolte trying to help his son. Tom Hardy's character get into the ring again, it was really interesting to see. And the characters in this was just I think because it was a fictional story, the writers had a little bit more liberty to write the characters a particular way as opposed to sticking to what the real life counterparts would have been like. So seeing Frank Grillo's character as the gym leader who trains to classical music, right? Or the principal who's like, look man, we're gonna have to suspend you. You can't be moonlighting as an MMA fighter. But then sitting at home watching it, come on man.
That's
that was
Kevin Dunn's character. He's Witwicky's father in Transformers, a fantastic actor.
Yeah.
I just love that juxtaposition of just I can't approve this, and then you cut to him and he's his sofa at home, getting excited, getting into MMA for the first time, seemingly. Amazing.
And then rocking up at the town, all watching it on the big drive-in screen and everything, and all the students hey teach, what's going on?
Mr. C, go Mr. C.
Let's go. It was really cool. I think there are a lot more characters in here that I was it was more enjoyable for me to at the end of the day, after a long day at work, I'm sitting down and it was a good movie to watch. The MMA fights were they really got in there. I wish a few criticisms. I wish the camera showing the actual fights went from an audience standpoint. Do you know what I mean? Because a lot of the camera angles they were using was through the cage.
Yeah.
And it was whilst it was good and visceral, it's like I'm actually there. I would have liked to have seen it from hey, this is what the cameraman at the actual cage looking above it would have been looking at.
Right? We got snippets like that, right? And I think that's when some of my favorite moments in the film, where you see in slow-mo when Tommy one putt King hits this guy and he just goes face down on the mat. I love when the cinematography in films is completely replicates the real world camera view, that your perspective that you would have as someone watching the sport at home. I really love that.
One thing I hate is when you see someone looks at a camera feed and the camera angle from the camera feed is really unrealistic as to where a security camera is. If you know what I mean? Or
I know what you mean.
Or someone's looking for a sniper scope and it's there's no way that the camera is what the sniper is seeing is what that is. But that. Otherwise, I think I really enjoyed this. It was a good. I don't want to say lighthearted. I was about to say lighthearted. It wasn't lighthearted at all.
It was hard hitting.
It's very hard hitting. So I enjoyed it, and I'm gonna go.
No, you just the other way.
I'm gonna go.
You dummied it. And then he went back to the dulcet tones.
Oh, well, all right.
That was a pass. What else? One was a footy pass.
Yeah, rewatching this movie again, because I've watched this. I've rewatched this movie a number of times because I absolutely love it. I forget when I think Nick Nolte, I think of two movies first. I think of Gangster Squad and how much we laugh at his awkward performance in that scene where he's like putting his knee up on the fender of the car. And I also think of the movie The Hulk with Eric Bana, because he plays the father of Eric Bana in that film.
He does too.
And it's like, it's a quirky kind of character in that as well. And it's not, it doesn't do him credit. Those roles don't do him credit. And then I'm reminded of his absolutely extraordinary performance in this film. The recovering drunk that has like Nick Nolte's voice, which is just like, I have smoked and drank hard liquor for many decades, and
it's like Tom Waits.
Yeah, just like really, really gritty, gristly kind of voice. And he's trying so hard, and like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I love it.
That scene at the end broke my heart.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, precisely, and all of it leads to that. He's trying so hard. He like, and he's obviously done so much wrong that his sons are like, I've heard all of these things before. Like, you could have, like, I've given, and like Joel Edgerton's character is like, you've got two channels of communication. He's like, you've got two lines of communication. You've got your telephone and you've got the post office. It's like, just because you think that today is special doesn't mean that it's special to me, because like of the history. And then he's like, yeah, fair enough. Like, and here's this other piece of information, and that like gets his attention. And like, even though Tommy is like, this means nothing. I'm here to get from you what I know that you're good at, which is fight training. You're going to train me so that I have the best chance of meeting my goal. Not talking to you about what my goal is. Not talking to you. We're not here to reminisce. And like, he seems to get it. He's like, well, let's get something straight. Like, if we're going to do this, we're bunking up, and like, no pussyfooting around. And you think, all right, well, maybe he's on the same page. But then like the next morning, he's like, pulls out this poster that's got like, oh, remember your childhood that I totally ruined, like with my alcoholism and abusiveness. And Tommy's like, what are you doing? Just put that back where you found it. And then again, he snaps out of this like desire to reminisce, and is like, all right, let's get focused. I'm going to dump the coffee if you're not out by 0500. So I like that interplay where he's playing these two different roles, where he's trying to make amends. He's trying to build bridges that have just been long burnt and like snowed under and decayed, and then baked in the heat and decayed further. He's desperately trying to rebuild these bridges. And then Tommy, in his like anger, this unresolved like issues that he's got, I would love to have a chat with Tom Hardy about how he prepared for that and how he felt delivering that type of thing, because I've seen my younger brother do what Tommy did to Nick Nolte's character as his dad. I've seen my younger brother do that to my dad, like break him down, like just with words, just saying things that cut super deep and reduces this mountain of a person who's like he's seen war, he's been through hell and survived, just reduces him to this mess that ends up relapsing in the hotel room and going bonkers listening to Moby Dick. And it's like, it's insane. Like, I rewatching that scene, I was watching on my phone while cooking dinner, and I stopped. I couldn't focus on anything else except what was unfolding on the screen, because of how gripping that performance is. It's really, really, really well done, and it seems to get through to Tommy in some way, shape, or form, and he ends up being quite supportive and tender of his dad in that kind of moment. And it's just like, I don't know, it just makes me feel emotional at the same time. And then like the final battle, I will say one thing that I don't particularly enjoy about the movie every time, it's kind of like Ben's that line right there, that's the worst line in the movie. I don't know if that's this for real, but they've got an actual UFC commentator who's also a comedian. I always forget his name. And like, as the plot thickens and stuff's unfolding, he it's like straight down the barrel of the camera is like, the two guys that are about to fight, they're in the final together, are brothers. And it's like, everybody here knows that except for the audience.
Yeah.
in the universe, like in the
You know-
world that's unfolding.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that line is there for the trailer, if it's there for anything, because it serves no purpose in like for us, the audience, because it's not a secret. If it was a secret, that would be a revelation. Like if you didn't know that Tommy Reardon was actually Tommy Conlon throughout the whole film, and it was just like this relationship between like maybe a stepdad, if there was like a veil between these characters, and so you had these two parallel things kind of going on, and everyone was on the same ride, because you're like, oh wow, so this guy's got this jaded past, he's gone through some stuff, and like he's trying to do something, we don't know what, but here's this guy, he's desperate to support his family and save his house from foreclosure and all of that sort of stuff, and you don't know who to root for, and then you find out they're brothers. Like, could you imagine? That's like that's almost like, not to put it in the same thing, but I'm gonna say it anyway, that's like Darth Vader as Luke Skywalker's father. It's like a revelation that actually rocks you, because it's like, now I don't know who to vote, like who to root for either, because like they both have, we now know what his motivations are, and we now fully understand who this guy is from a relationship standpoint with this other guy, and it would be cool. I don't know how you could actually achieve it without it being super hammy, but like how could they not know that they were up against each other? But anyway, it's
I think that line that he delivered is purely for the trailer.
Yeah, it has to be for the trailer. There's,
I've seen
but
the
why
trailer.
leave it? But why leave it in? Why leave it in the film? Have a
Because
trailer
people
like
can
that to
go,
get people
"Oh."
in. Because like, yeah. Anyway,
I
just
think
think
the
it's, I
commentator
think
you're
it's stupid.
thinking about is Brian Callen.
Yeah, that's it. Brian Callen. Yeah, brilliant. He's got a podcast, or had a podcast. I don't know if he's still got it, with the other guy who's was a UFC fighter. It's like The Gun and the Kid or something, like The Kid and the Gun or something. I can't remember what it's called. Good podcast though. Brilliant film, and the song that starts playing as
Why can't we be friends? No,
that's not the song. It starts with like some acoustic stuff, and it's just it perfectly captures the emotion of what's unfolding, and like he doesn't want to be beating his brother like this. He can see that he's hurt him. He can see that he's hurting inside as well. And it's just like, I don't want to keep doing this, but I've got to. And this song starts, and I'm like, fuck you, song, for making me like cry about a movie that's really about MMA and just fighting and stuff. But it's like, how dare you make me feel my feelings while I'm supposed to be feeling nothing but like, mad flips and punches and things. It's just really good movie. I can't speak highly enough of it.
There's another movie that does that. It's like, I don't want to do this, but I gotta. And
Well,
the other
Revenge.
guy- Maybe that's what I'm thinking about. But I'm sure there's another movie I'm thinking of that's like, I don't want to do this, but I've got to do it. And
Don't make me do this, and then you made me do it. So I want you.
yeah. That's a.
What about you, Shane?
I like this film, but I don't think I'm as high on it as you both. I'd only seen it the once before this, and I was excited to revisit it to see if my thoughts had changed, but they haven't really. I think it takes its sweet ass time. I will say
Really
this much:
does.
2 hours and 20 minutes. I feel as
Does
though
not need to be that long.
I feel as though, unlike the male fighters and actors in this film, there is a bit of fat that could be trimmed off.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're so cut.
They're lean.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, I think overall still really solid. I think to your point, Jason, it is just a very, very well constructed summer blockbuster that's a bit more serious in tone, right? It's darker. It's not going for popcorn flick, but like to your point, Terry, as well, just like the way they've pieced together this story and the stakes that are involved on both sides. You don't know who you want to win at the end. You've got Brendan on one hand, who's fighting to save his family and his house and make ends meet. And obviously that's incredibly relatable, and you can latch onto that. And you got Tommy on the other hand, who's a war vet who's got a shameful past, and he's trying to sort of like make what's the correct term? Yeah, thank you. Atone for his sins by supporting the widow of his best friend, who died in combat. And yeah, like just those two scenarios alone, you're like, oh my god, like who who do you want to see win the money more? Because one's going to the family and saving the house, and the other's going to supporting a widow and her kids. So you throw on top of that, like you said, Terry, the performance from Nick Nolte, which I think is great, but I was surprised to learn that he was nominated for the Oscar. Like, I think it was a good performance, a great performance even. But to hear it was Oscar nominated, I was like, I guess maybe it's a bit much.
Do we know who he was up against that year?
I'm not sure. You'd have to double check. So you'd have to 2012 Academy Awards. What I'd say?
Say if it was 2014, we know.
Okay, he was up against Kenneth Branagh, Max von
Sydow.
Yep, Jonah Hill, and Christopher Plummer. And Christopher Plummer won for his role in Beginners.
Okay, I haven't seen that.
What was Jonah Hill nominated? Is that Wolf of Wall Street?
Moneyball.
Moneyball.
Oh, Moneyball. Oh, yeah.
Because those are his two noms, right?
Wolf of Wall Street and Moneyball.
Yeah.
I think those are his two. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Other than that, like I like the story. I like just like the way it inevitably ends with them two, and they have like gargantuan challenges ahead of them. One actually quite literal in this giant Russian fighter that Brendan has to face.
Yeah. That dude is like. There's no way those two guys are in the same weight division.
No
way. I will eat my hat if they are in the same weight division. No.
But yeah, overall, I just think it's very well done. There's not much I can sort of like criticize this film for, other than to say that I think it ran a bit too long. But overall, it's just fantastic, well done. Like the acting from both.
Sorry, you finish your point and then get back to me.
Okay. The acting from both Tommy and Joel as well, fantastic. Like, we know Tommy has the acting chops. We know Nick Nolte has the acting chops. Joel Edgerton, I think, is obviously less prominent than those two. So I think most would assume that's like, okay, what can Joel step up to the table here and really serve up something great? And he does. Like the moment where he's confronted by his dad and he puts him in his place, saying, to your point, Terry, is like, you don't belong here.
You lost the right to be here.
Yeah, really, really well done. He plays the lovable male teacher fantastically as well, just in that those one or two scenes also. I love everything that he does in this film, so I just want to give him props for that one. Like I said, not much bad I can say about this film. It's on Stan. If you haven't watched it, go check it out. Really, really fun.
Okay, Jason. My revelation, I was like, the whole time I'm thinking, man, this Kovac, I feel like I know him from somewhere. Where do I know him from? And I totally know him! Not in real life. But that's Kurt Angle, Olympic gold medalist, WWE superstar, Kurt Angle.
All right.
Holy shit! Oh my god! Oh,
nice.
That's funny.
Nice. Yeah.
Funny. That's so funny. But I used to watch WWE a lot.
Yeah, right.
Nice.
Any final thoughts, gents, on The Warrior before we wrap things up? Oh, sorry, Terry. You go first. I'm totally cutting you off.
I was just going to say, like, I find it interesting when films have technology at a time, like, phones came a long way in a short period of time. From sort of 2010, was it like, iPhone released in what, 2009, 2010?
Which one, sorry? The fighter?
No, not the film, the iPhone.
Oh, the iPhone.
I'm pretty sure the iPhone came out 2011. I'm pretty sure. It can't be any later than 2011. I think it might even be the American version of the
iPhone
2G.
The iPhone 1
210?
2007.
2007. All right. So the smartphone thing was well and truly unfolding. The wife is like anxiously waiting the outcome of the first fight, and the Nokia phone that she has, I had once upon a time.
Oh, dude, 2010, I still had a Nokia phone.
Yeah, and no shame. But it dates the movie for me when I see phones like that. And like the phone that the dude at the gym is using to film the beatdown of Mad Dog is also, it's an old flip phone. And I'm just like, and like Nick Nolte is listening to cassette tapes on a Walkman cassette player.
I know a lot of people nowadays that still listen to audiobooks and cassette tapes.
Yeah, okay. But like hipsters?
No, old people.
Or like old people. Yeah, that's fine.
Well,
Old
Nick,
people is
Nick,
fine.
Nick Nolte's old people, so
He is old people. I'm just like, it's like, this is really old tech that we're seeing, and it's one, like when I saw and heard the ringtone when she got the text message, I was like, oh, that's right, I have that Nokia phone, or had that Nokia phone. The
Terry
exact
starts like
model.
patting down his pockets. It's like, where is my phone?
Where is that? I'm pretty sure I've still got that in a box in Dad's house somewhere. It's because all Nokia phones are indestructible from that time. But
Yeah, pretty much.
yeah,
And
that was the only thing I was going to say. Was like some of the things that took me out of the film
Hmm.
were the technology.
The iPhone
That's-
that would have come
yeah.
out at that time would have been the iPhone 4.
Yeah, iPhone 4 would have been out, which means tons of competition already in the market. The Samsung Galaxy was out. I'm pretty sure the Note came out at a similar time frame. Yeah, like the Galaxy S. was
Nokia
a
Lumia
huge
would have been
one.
going strong.
Yeah,
And by strong, I
no.
mean absolutely not.
hot garbage. Yeah.
Did you have a Windows phone? Sean?
I had a Windows
That-
phone for a
I
bit.
did.
Yes, I did.
I
Lumia,
had
it wasn't bad.
two separate ones. I had a Lumia as well.
I was running HTC for the longest time.
I had a phablet, the Nokia 1320, which was the Windows 13-inch thing. Phenomenal GPS because it was. Anyway, we're not here to talk about phones.
The one thing I wanted to jump in earlier that I need to just disagree with you on, Terry, was the song at the end. Like,
Really?
the film uses
It
no
was a bit-
licensed music outside of like promo music, like for the fights, introducing the fighters. Up until that point, I was like, "What the hell is this?" It's like the 2 hour and 10-minute
It did
mark.
feel a bit off. Yeah.
I was
The
like,
fact
"Why?"
that
like,
I'm just saying. I'm not talking about the soundtrack in general. I'm just saying in that moment,
The
that
mood,
particular
the
song
feels.
captures the mood. I'm not saying that they did a great job with the soundtrack because now that you mention it, yeah.
well,
there
I'm
is
just
no
saying
music.
like there is really no licensed music throughout that entire film until the 2 hour and 10 mark, where this song plays. I'm just like, what? Hang on a second, make up your mind. We've been listening to
Yeah.
an like orchestral recorded score this whole time, and then all of a sudden it's like, bam.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is a bit weird. Oh my goodness.
I didn't realize he'd been paying attention. That's all I'm going to say.
Anyway, that is our review of The Warrior. It is on Stan, so I think you can
Like
do
Dilma T, do try it.
you can do much worse. Go check it out. We're going to wrap up the show here. I'm so excited to get to our end games. Oh, well, Jason.
Yeah, sorry, I was just gonna say he directed The Accountant. The director of The Warrior directed The Accountant.
one's The Accountant?
Ben Affleck.
The Ben Affleck film. Yeah.
Nice.
Sorry,
Doesn't also have-
that is such a forgettable movie in my mind. I'm not even sure I've seen it.
Is that John Bernthal as well?
John Bernthal, Anna Kendrick, and J.K. Simmons.
Yeah, that's right.
Put
I like
that
that film.
in
Did
your
I
movie
watch that
X-to-Go
movie?
knowledge.
Ben, I think we watched that film, didn't we?
I remember Ben quite
I
fondly.
think it's been
recounting
greenlit for a
that film.
sequel recently.
Oh, really?
Was that Awesome
I'm
Addiction
pretty
Days?
sure.
That was a while ago, right?
It was a while
Yeah,
ago.
was.
Yeah. The thing I remember about this, and I always remember Ben's face when he was explaining this, is something about like he just Ben Affleck's character just murders these people, but because he's because of the way that Ben Affleck's character is, he kind of looks at this old couple, doesn't really know what to say, and just goes, and then walks away.
Does he get attacked in his house at night, John Wick style, in that film?
Probably, I've never seen it.
Okay.
I don't know if it's his house, but yes, there is the
There's a scene
the
like that?
scene near the end, and that's where the brothers reunite.
Yeah, okay.
From memory.
Anyway, we're going to end it here. But before we do, we need to get to our end games.
End
These are games we like to
games.
play at the end of the show. First up are our movie quotes, which I'm so excited for. Terry, movie quote number 1, sir.
You're Rembrandt. You're like Rembrandt with a grenade.
Ooh, okay, so that means he's really good with a grenade. Or she.
Yes. No, he.
Saving Private Ryan.
Can you give us the decade?
Oh, shivers. I don't. I want to say 2000s, but it
what
might be.
smartphone was around?
Don't know.
God.
I have 2 other quotes to give because they're both very
Okay,
short.
yeah, if you could, yeah. More hints. If anyone in chat knows this one.
The disco, good.
Yeah, you're throwing me off more here. That's
2008.
2008.
This is not a serious film.
Three Kings.
No, that's not a not serious film.
I think it's a bit of both.
Nah, you've lost me.
Is it Fizzy Bubbly?
It's
I want
not
to make them
necessary.
silky smooth. You might not have seen it.
Fawlty Towers.
No, that's not a movie. That's a great.
You're not a movie.
Hold it. You're damn right. I'm not. I'm a motion picture.
Nah, I can't.
I don't know it.
Really? Don't mess with the Zohan.
No,
I haven't seen it.
Adam Sandler.
I've-
Really? Oh,
yeah.
it's so silly. I love
No.
it.
When Adam
He-
Sandler started doing, it's like after Little Nicky, I stopped watching Adam Sandler films, except for
Right.
the one with Andy Samberg in it. I
That's
watched that for
that's
some
not a
reason.
good one to revisit.
What was that called?
That's my boy or something like that.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
Where it's like it's his son and
Yeah.
they're estranged. Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
I liked this. It's a terrible film, but it's very likable at the same time. He's like a Israeli special forces superhero basically, and he's sick of it. He's like, I just want to cut hair, and his father and mother laugh at him, and that's where he's like, why do you want to do this? You're like Rembrandt with a grenade. And so he fakes his death and goes to America to cut hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a silly movie, but I rewatched it recently, and it brings me great joy.
Nice.
I'm happy for you.
Movie quote number 2. I'm going to play it for the viewers just because it's a bloody awesome quote. You two won't hear it because it's not streaming through Discord. But give me the next 4 seconds of your silence, please.
Good times looking at the.
Jason, what did I just say? You just
don't know.
interrupted the actor.
Oh, I'm sorry. You didn't want. Okay, sorry. I
What do you think I mean? Give me 4 seconds of your silence, please.
I misunderstood the. Thought you like your silence because you were queuing it up, so I was trying to fill the air. I misunderstood the assignment. I apologize.
5 seconds silence from now.
You're still talking.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
They're ruining it, chat. They're ruining it. You might not have heard that. So I'm going to give you my best rendition of this performance right now with this quote. What were the words overheard by the Nazi child masturbating in the bathroom?
Love it. Yeah. Totally nailed it.
Jason, if you don't get it based on that dead-on performance, I'll be very
like a-
disappointed.
Hole inside of another hole.
Oh, Knives Out.
Knives Out.
Okay, I know that quote.
What were the words overheard by the Nazi child masturbating in the bathroom?
Oh, yeah, okay. I remember. Yes.
For everyone to enjoy it later, chat, there you go.
I
There
agree.
is the link to the 5-second clip on YouTube. And the title, with 2.8 million views, is Knives Out's greatest sentence. Which
What were the overheard words of the Nazi child?
masturbating in the bathroom. I can't contest that. Our other end game that we like to play that we'll try and do without Jason
Oh,
ruining
yes.
is
6 degrees.
I'm so
our 6
sorry.
degrees. Mr. Mira, who are the two actors we're connecting?
We are going from Maggie Gyllenhaal to Stifler, Sean William Scott.
Sean William Scott.
Okay.
So Sean William Scott is in American Pie.
Yep.
Dude,
And
Where's My
American
Car?
Pie 2.
Yeah. He's also in
So you got
Cop
Kutcher and
Out.
Dude, Where's My Car?
He's also in Cop Out with Bruce Willis, Kevin Hart.
He's in The Rundown, also
Yes, he is
known
in The
as
Rundown.
Rumble in the Jungle.
Oh, was that Rumble in the Jungle or Welcome to the Jungle? Where it's
Welcome to
like
the Jungle.
Sorry, Welcome to the Jungle.
Welcome to the
with The
Jungle.
Rock.
That's the one
Not
with the
Rumble
Rock.
Rumble in the Jungle is the fight between Muhammad Ali
Ali
and George Foreman.
Christopher
When
Walken
you
is in
knock
Welcome
the
to the
fat
Jungle
out.
as well, I'm pretty sure.
He is.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Maggie Gyllenhaal and Batman.
Batman
Dark
Begins.
Knight. Dark Knight Returns. Oh no, just
So-
Dark Knight.
Yeah, Dark Knight.
Because Katie Holmes
Yeah,
was in
because
Batman.
Katie
Begins.
Holmes is in Batman Begins. Yeah. So yeah, Dark Knight.
She's also in Donnie Darko.
Donnie Darko.
She's
She's
in
in other
Secretary.
stuff. Secretary.
Is she in...
She's also in Stranger Than Fiction.
I was about to say, Stranger Than Fiction.
Yeah, Stranger Than
Will
Fiction.
Ferrell.
Will Ferrell. Will Ferrell. Oh yeah, I've got it.
Okay.
Nailed it. 2 degrees.
Ooh!
So Maggie Gyllenhaal. Wait.
Yep. Yeah. If you don't
Yeah,
have it, I've got
definitely.
it.
No, I definitely have it.
Okay.
So Maggie Gyllenhaal to Will Ferrell in Stranger Than Fiction.
Mm-hmm.
Will Ferrell with Sean William Scott in Old School.
Yes.
Nice. I haven't
Dude,
seen Old
just
School
shot
yet.
yourself
You
in the-
shot yourself in the neck with the trank dart. He's like, you're crazy.
I love you.
You're crazy.
I haven't seen Old School yet. That is on the list.
Happy birthday to you.
It's a great movie. Actually, the text on my senior jacket was Old School.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
That well done. I thought that was
Yeah,
gonna be a
well,
lot
yeah.
harder.
Nice.
Yeah. No, as soon as you said Will Ferrell, I'm like, oh yeah, no, they're in the same movie. Yeah, got it. Got in one.
Nice. That is going to do it for the Movie Magic Show for this week. Don't forget, you can watch us here live every Wednesday, 8:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time. So be sure to follow us here on Twitch. Catch all our past episodes and reviews on my YouTube channel. Just search Magic Cast on YouTube, one word. Follow us on Twitter as well, at Movie Magic Show. We'll notify you when we're going live. And tell you which films we will be reviewing next week. We haven't decided what we're going to review, gents, but sooner rather than later, I want to review Shang-Chi.
Yes.
Oh, Shang-Chi. Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Have we all
No
seen
idea,
Shang-Chi
I've seen
here?
No.
I have. Yeah, I saw it at the cinemas.
Jason,
I've
can you
not.
go
I
fix
will
that
go-
shit?
Yes. Oh,
Please.
I do. But this weekend is going to be. I'm a bit busy this weekend. I'm getting my first tattoo.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What?
I'm glad I was sitting down.
That to say.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ben. Yes, that was a great
Where, if you're allowed to say, keep it PG-13.
Here. Well, yeah. It's a cross between an Evangelion and Cowboy Bebop. So
You have told me about this before. It's
Nice.
happening. Nice.
yeah, it's happening.
Bravo,
Okay,
sir.
At
Keen to see it.
last,
but
it's about time.
Can I offer maybe because this weekend is Halloween? Maybe we could do a spooky.
No.
Revisit a spooker.
You're
I don't
asking
do
the wrong
scary.
people, Jace.
Yeah, we don't do scary movies.
No,
we
I-
don't talk about that here.
Specifically, didn't say scary. I said spooky.
Spooky. Okay. Spooky, scary.
You're gonna have to convince me. You're gonna have to tee up
Have
some
you
not
seen
scary
one of
but
the-
spooky films.
You know how James Cameron takes like a movie franchise and with the sequel turns it amazing?
Yes.
Scream 2, is that what you're talking about?
With T2 and
Yeah.
Aliens.
and Aliens. Have you seen Alien?
I have seen
No.
Alien. I think. Have
Can
I
we watch
seen-
Aliens? Can we watch Aliens and talk about that? Because I love that.
We can do that. Yeah.
Okay.
But
Aliens.
revisit a I'm just thinking of spookies.
Yeah.
Sure.
I haven't seen Alien in a while, and I've been.
Is it on the
watching-
services, Jace? Can we watch it on the
Let's,
services?
I should probably have checked that. Vamp, I feel in space. Well, I look at that and
In space.
For those of you who like video
Scream.
games, you can catch my weekly video game talk show this Friday.
yep.
The question box is called. It's on Disney Plus.
Disney Plus.
Fantastic.
Nice.
Scott,
Shut up, Scott.
Alien,
Yeah.
Aliens, or both?
Alien
Let's
is
do
on
both.
Disney Plus.
Fine, we'll do both.
Well, hang on. I want to review Shang-Chi, so we need to.
Yes.
It's too much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should we do
So,
Alien
Shang-Chi
then? Should we,
and Alien?
Terry, should we suck it up and do Alien?
We'll suck it up. You
All
and
right,
me.
we'll suck
Let's
it
do it. We're not watching the Babadook. You can go
No,
suck a
that's
fat
too
one.
scary.
Scott,
That's too scary.
get out of here. Get out of here.
And by a
Alien is
fat
like
one,
the
I mean a
thresh-
cigar
Here's
because
the
geez.
threshold of scary movies we'll watch. Alien is like here. The Babadook is like here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like wait.
All right, Alien it is. And
Babadook.
Jason, do you think you can get to Shang-Chi before next week?
I'm going to try and get it. Yes.
Okay, because I want to get.
maybe-
Do or do not.
I want to
There
get
is
an
no try.
ensemble going. I want to get Hendrix on. I want to get Will on. I want to get you
yeah.
guys and,
Yeah.
and Ben on. That we're going to do a whole thing. It's been a while since we've seen an MCU film
Oh,
at the
yeah.
cinema.
Yeah.
I don't want to force us to watch a spooky.
I want to say it's been a
Maybe
while
there's no
since
time.
we've seen a good Marvel movie at the cinema. Like we've had some lackluster Disney Plus Marvel films and series.
Actually, you know what I realized the other day? This is like a backhanded compliment's the wrong word. It's just a very low bar. But I'm gonna pronounce that every Marvel original series that we've seen on Disney Plus, on average, has been far more entertaining than every Netflix original we've ever
Yes.
watched, except for Marriage Story.
I
Oh,
would
yeah,
would
that's
happily concede that ground. I would agree with you wholeheartedly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
definitely.
if you're comparing those two, I mean, again, low bar, low bar here.
All right, I'm
with
gonna
Extraction
time
and the
out,
Old
Scott.
Guard.
I'm gonna time out. Scott.
Yeah, time that lying son of a bitch out.
What's that
We'll
phase
tolerate
3?
a
You missed
lot
that
here,
one?
but we won't tolerate lies.
Anyway, all right, we're going to try and do Shang-Chi next week, and we will
If we have
revisit
time, maybe
Alien as well. Yeah.
Nice.
We'll do Alien.
Shang-Chi
We'll lock it
now.
in. Lock in Alien.
Or the thing.
No.
No.
I want to thank the era of Jason Mira.
Buenos noches.
I want to thank the Dot Stones of Terry Fear.
Thank you for having me.
And I want to thank you, dear viewer, for tuning in. Thank you so much. We hope you had a pod blast, to refer to our friend Ben in chat. Stick around after we close the show. I'm going to raid someone, which I always forget to do, but I'm going to do it this evening because we've got a few people watching. So thank you very much. And until next time,